So today we're bringing you something special. It is the Mazda 3 competitor that UMW Toyota should have brought in alongside the Corolla sedan. It is the Japan-spec, in this case, Corolla Sport, the hatchback, which is the basis for the incoming GR Corolla. So, because the Mazda 3 in Malaysia has a monopoly on the sexy Japanese hatchback, the Corolla isn't really where it wants to be because it has the sedan, which everyone thinks is a bit of an uncle car, which is kind of true. But you have this, which I can't believe is just the hatchback version of that. It's unbelievable. White color, bit plain, but just so sexy. And the rear itself is quite large. In fact, the roofline is quite like a coupe because it folds into the boot. This whole stance from the back is quite imposing and sporty, hence the name. It's quite good looking, except over here where maybe you can't really see the exposed metal where the plastic boot should be covering it. Also, these tailpipes, not real. It's beneath here somewhere. Other than that, really sexy car. And then check out these wheels, okay? 18-inch wheels, two-tone, and just look how sporty the whole pattern is. If UMW Malaysia would just bring in this wheel design, offer it alongside whatever they're offering with the Corolla Altis, Corolla sedan, whatever, perfect. This looks so good. Toyota makes non-uncle cars. I would buy it. So we're inside the Corolla Sport, and unsurprisingly, this is exactly the same experience as I would find in the Corolla sedan and Corolla Cross, because what I see right now is this tiered design, screen over here. Very Toyota steering wheel, not sporty at all. What is sporty is the seats. Can you see over here? These are actually the seats, or they tell me that these are the seats and material from the GR Yaris. It's just missing the GR, kind of like emblems and embossed on the seat covers over here. Also the same shape as the GR Supra, but not in leather, in fabric instead. Also, I should mention the engine. It is a 1.2 liter, all right? 1.2 liter turbo engine. Name me another turbocharged Toyota engine. Oh wait, the Z4 Supra doesn't count, okay? There isn't very many. The one I can think of maybe is a Lexus. This is a 1.2 turbo that produces 116 PS, 185 Newton meters of torque. That doesn't sound very exciting, sporty, matching with the sexy exterior of this car. But the price of all this, and the price of the fact that this is exclusively a grey market car, is the price, because this will set you back 145,000 ringgit, about there. The best part about this car, obviously, is they can get it with a manual transmission. No CVT, no auto, just a manual. That is a hot hatchback, because this thing has a turbo engine, okay, like quite small, but you can rev it, you can play around with the clutch, you can just behave like a true driver's car, and it's got the TNGA platform, so it should be pretty exciting, if a bit slow. So, driving the Corolla hatch feels pretty tight and pretty comfortable. There's no sensation to me right now that I'm driving anything sporty. And it's a Corolla, guys, but I guess with the added twist that it's a manual. It's quiet, it's comfortable, it drives really tight. It's one of those cars that you don't question its build quality. Obviously, it's built in Japan. I mean, it's a Corolla. There's squidgy plastics where you want it to be. It's nicely laid out. Button clutter is at a minimum. And there are some things that are also very manual in this car. Although this is a very high-spec Japanese Corolla hatchback Sport, you do get manual seats and manual adjustment of the steering rack. Comfortable, you get a nice instrument cluster. Interestingly, the cluster is in English. tells me everything in English, but the infotainment is all in Japanese. Weird. I really want a manual car, guys. This has taught me this is a more engaging experience. Yeah, you know, MCO happened. Driving auto cars all the time, it dulls your sense for the experience. And you can have this in a Toyota Corolla, which is kind of insane. This whole thing right here brings you a new kind of sense of engagement. It's comfortable, it's quiet. It's a car that looks nothing like anything out there right now. Well, maybe you recognize the Corolla shape, the front end. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. You know, you take a look around and you go like, wow, I can't believe this is Toyota. But the price, of course, is the price. The price is 145,000 ringgit. This is a 2019 model. I need a manual, guys. I need to practice so much. So even if you spend a lot of money on your fancy McLaren, you won't get this kind of experience right here. And the more you practice, the more you get out of it. And I'm in a Corolla, and I'm already engaged way more than I would be if I were in, let's say, my car or any other car.
Okay lah, maybe not any other car. I'm just liking the Corolla Sport. In my brief time with it, it feels like a great all-rounder. The 1.2 liter engine is hardly feeling turbocharged to me. It's linear, refined, like 1.8 liter NA. Sounds familiar. And you know what? It looks pretty epic too as far as C-segment 5 doors go. But you know, with that tinge of sporty driver's engagement, all thanks to that 6-speed manual. So finally, I want to thank First Mile Auto and Mutiara Mansara for hooking us up with this Japan-spec unit. So yeah, check them out if you guys need a grey market car or are interested in this Corolla Sport. But 145k for a 2019 car, that's a lot. And a Toyota too. This one has about 25,000 kilometers on the odometer. Honestly, UMW Malaysia, Toyota should offer the hatchback Corolla here. Clearly, there is some customer demand, like points to me, I want this car as well. After all, it's pretty much confirmed that the GR Corolla, which is based on the hatchback, is going to be sold here pretty soon in 2023. So yeah, exciting times.